Hello, our presentation focuses on the pedagogical issues of learning styles within physical education. Throughout this presentation, we will be exploring the points stated above, focusing on the different learning styles and the benefits that come from identifying these.
Some researchers suggest physical education benefits kinesthetic learners due to the focus on movement. However, the curriculum has elements suitable for all learners, and it is the role of the teacher to present an inclusive curriculum that enables children's participation. This then creates a high-quality PE lesson that, at the core, focuses on inspiring pupils to achieve the best they can through the session provided by the teacher. For example, the curriculum states pupils should communicate, collaborate and compete. This would benefit an interpersonal learner, but not necessarily an intrapersonal learner, as all these factors are social. Therefore, identifying other elements in the curriculum to encourage an intrapersonal learner to participate is key. In this case, it could be evaluating and suggesting ways to improve, as intrapersonal learners excel in reflective thinking. Adapting the lesson to accommodate the needs of the learner ensures attainment is achieved by all. In addition, recognising pupils' individual learning styles allows for teachers to take on different learning strategies used within teaching, ensuring progression is made and suitable challenges are met.
By teachers understanding what the learning styles are means they have good knowledge and understanding of their learners' needs. Therefore, they can consistently adapt and reflect on their approaches to teaching to ensure their needs are always met and the curriculum is achieved.
The role of a subject leader is to take responsibility and leadership of that subject within the school. They ensure the management and organisation of that subject is carried out effectively with aims and objectives set out by the school and the subject being met by each individual. The subject leader works with other professionals within the school, for example fellow teachers and senior leadership, head teachers, and guide, motivate and support these professionals who teach the subject. They will evaluate the effectiveness of the teaching and learning taking place and give appropriate targets to both children and staff if necessary. Although other staff members may have different views on how the leadership should be carried out, it is the role of the subject leader to make the final decision, considering those opinions of others. The subject leader's responsibilities include meeting the needs and aspirations of each child, raising the standards of achievement within the subject, securing high standards of teaching and learning, ensuring practices are relevant and contributing to the improvement of education provided, and taking on a role in the development of the school policies and practices.
When exploring learning styles, Howard Gardner's 8 categories of learning was used and quoted by many researchers. Their view is that all children can be placed within a framework that provides 8 different learning styles. These include natural, linguistic or verbal, logical or mathematical, visual or spatial, bodily or kinesthetic, musical/rhythmic, interpersonal and intrapersonal. By identifying a pupil's preferred learning style means teachers can teach in the best way for their children to learn, allowing them to develop their skills and knowledge successfully within physical education, as well as promoting the love of learning atmosphere and attitude that teachers strive to achieve. In the next slides, the learning styles above will be explained in more detail, with the leaflet handed out to you providing further information to support your understanding.
The natural learner has the ability to make unique distinctions in the world of nature, therefore meaning a natural learner works best where there is an interest in nature or they are working in a natural environment.
The linguistic/verbal learner works most efficiently where visual information in the form of written language is used. A linguist-verbal learner would find it easy to express themselves either verbally or through writing. This learner would work well from reading, writing, or with communication.
Logical or mathematical learners have the capacity to work with numbers and engage in higher order thinking. They enjoy engaging with activities such as puzzles and problems, number tasks, patterns and relationships. They are often good at using reasoning, logic and problem solving within their learning and are very systematic, organised and loves a challenge. However, they do need to learn and form concepts before they can deal with details. Logical or mathematical students learn best through categorising, classifying and working with abstract patterns or relationships. They will typically work through problems or issues in a systematic way. This approach to thinking means you often support your points with logical examples or statistics and often pick up logic flaws in other people's work, pointing these out to their peers. A potential barrier to learning could be disruptions in the lesson due to giving criticism to their peers when not needed or asked. A subject leader could overcome this by giving clear instructions or feedback when needed to be shared, and use a system like 2 stars and a wish so that their feedback is balanced. You could implement this style preference when teaching PE by asking for reflections of work using comparison and contrast, playing games that stimulate and challenge their way of thinking, using techniques such as 2 stars and a wish when asking them for feedback on others' work, or by using Socratic questioning.
Visual spatial learners think in terms of physical space. These learners acquire knowledge through visual means, relying heavily on images, pictures, colours and maps to organise information and communicate with others. They are good at imagining things, sensing changes, mazes, puzzles and reading maps or charts, and relate to tasks with words or phrases that stimulate this kind of thinking.
Body/kinesthetic learners use body movement in learning and expression as well as physical experience. They like to move around, make things, touch, talk and use body language within their learning. They often excel in physical activities such as sports, dance and acting, and learn best from doing something rather than reading or hearing about it.
Musical or rhythmic learners show sensitivity to rhythm and sound. They have the capacity to think and express in musical forms and so like to sing, hum tunes, listen to music, play instruments and respond to music. They are good at picking up sounds, remembering melodies, noticing pitches and rhythms and keeping time. Although they love music, they are also sensitive to other sounds in their environment. As musical pupils learn best by rhythm, melody and music, they better assess the learning when music is played in the background or when their learning can incorporate what can be heard with their ears and through vibrations that can be felt. Potential barriers include disruptions being made in lessons as well as distracting others due to tapping or clicking. A subject leader could overcome this by allowing them to have a small fidget toy or suggesting tapping and clicking to be done on the learner themselves rather than on the floor or with feet to cause less distractions for others. You could implement the style's learning preference when teaching PE by using music where appropriate, such as in warm-ups or dance sessions, and using multimedia throughout the lesson to engage them more. This can be done through using videos, clips or songs and also apps on their phone.
Interpersonal learners prefer opportunities to socialise as they learn by sharing and comparing ideas or feelings, cooperating with others, empathising and providing support to others. They appreciate when they are able to relate lesson content personally to themselves, as it follows relevance and meaning to be recognised. These learners are good at understanding people, leading others, organising and communication.
Finally, intrapersonal learners prefer to work alone and often pursue own interests, showing signs of wisdom, intuition and motivation, as well as being opinionated, strong-willed and confident. They are good at understanding themselves, following instincts and being original, focusing on feelings and dreams.
Accommodating these different learning styles in the classroom, especially in physical education, is highly important. Children all learn in different ways, and these learning styles determine the ways individuals concrete, process, internalise and refrain new and difficult information, as well as how they concentrate. Knowing the children's preferred learning style helps the teacher to know what is achievable for that child, what the teacher wants the child to learn, and how best to plan the lesson to ensure their needs are met. This means taking into consideration the environment, resources, approaches, and the syllabus of the curriculum being delivered. This could be done through parent-teacher correspondences. Using this approach is beneficial as parents can observe their children at home when completing schoolwork and give feedback to the teacher on what they have discovered. The teacher can then use and share this information to help plan and discuss activities that can be fostered to make the most of that child's strength.
Another way to address different learning styles is through differentiation. Using the STEPS approach can help teachers differentiate activities and tasks for all learners, ensuring that all can achieve their learning objective. Using the steps of differentiation focuses on the connection between teaching styles, learning objectives, and access to ensure the inclusion of all children. Applying the knowledge of how best to learn will increase the participation of PE in schools, and through effective and individualised teaching will lower the growing concern of obesity and chronic diseases in children.
On the next few slides, our references are being presented. We hope you have gained a further understanding of the different learning styles that children may acquire and the importance of identifying these and adapting lessons to ensure attainment is achieved for each child within physical education. Thank you for listening.